So a while ago, I made this video called Why the Google Stadia Failed. But I didn't. I didn't make the video. I baited all you fools to watch a video about a different topic. And I reaped the rewards once again. What are you doing? No, stop disliking the video, no. Come on, guys, no. Oh, man. Fine, I'll make a video on the Stadia if you're gonna twist my wrist. So I don't know much about the Stadia coming in this video, but from what I do know, it's a cloud streaming service for games. But it's lacking in games, it's not lacking in criticism. But let's see if that criticism is justified on why we look at why the Google Stadia failed. Put a nice little bow around it. So one more thing before the video starts though. I made the script on the why the Google Stadia failed and why it's gonna be like gone soon. A day later, I kid you not, a day later, they announced that the Stadia is shutting down. The timing. What? So I'll try my best to make sure to adjust the improvise the little tidbits on the shutting down section as well. So if I want to know what I'm really working with here, I want to get into the nitty gritty. I want to see what I'm really dealing with. So I did the unthinkable. I played the Google Stadia. So before I tell you the results of my little experiment, I gotta go over the scientific method that I came up with. I did all the research, I did all the data, I did the science stuff, and I gotta tell you that I didn't really do any of that. I kind of just played it for a few days, and I'm just gonna tell you what happened in those few days. But another thing I should say, I can't tell you if my internet speed is good or not, but I can show you it. Right there's my internet speed. Like I said, I can't tell you if it's good or bad, but I can tell you that Google says it's fast. So eat my dust. From my rigorous, expert, professional research on this topic, I am happy to announce for all of you, it went horribly. It went really freaking bad. Oh my gosh, it went so bad. So the first few days, it actually went alright. It froze a couple times occasionally, but from what the gameplay footage shows, it's still playable. And that's all I really care about in a game. I just want it to be somewhat playable. The next few days though, this happened. That is not playable. That is horrible. It was dreadful. And a couple days later, I went to a real man's game, obviously, and it went even worse. Wow, it went so much worse. I didn't expect this result, to be honest. I was kind of just hoping that I could sever all the fear people had with the Google Stadia. I did not do that. So do I think my experience would be the same for everybody? Probably not. I don't think it's gonna ever be perfect, but if you have a better internet speed than me, I'm sure you would have gotten better results. You know, give it a try if you can. It's gonna shut down in 3 months, so, you know, give it a go really quickly. Vroom and vroom, vroom, vroom kind of stuff, you know? Yeah, that's what you really need to do. I mean, like, you probably have a better internet already if you have a good PC or something, right? So, you know, just give it a shot. Maybe you'll find things just turn out better. But it does leave the question, Because you see right here, I have an Xbox. This thing has been with me for at least 7 years, and it's worked perfectly. Why would I switch this thing out to spend more money on internet when this thing already has most of the games Stadia has, and makes them run better? And if you have a good PC already, why would you spend money on Stadia? Why would you just not use the things you have? Because Steam certainly has more games than Stadia does. It's an interesting question. And it's almost like as interesting as the fact that it's a perfect transition into the next segment. Almost like if somebody had planned it beforehand. I wonder who would have done that. So the Stadia market. Let me answer this question I just asked you a couple seconds ago. Who would be interested in the Google Stadia? So I immediately want to rule out the PC players. Those people are crazy. They spend over $1,000 on their systems already. They're way too far gone to consider it. So about console players like me. I think that answered every question you would have had. So, okay, but what about the casual market though? Because, they don't really have to worry about what console to buy. They could play anything on their phones. It's an interesting idea. Then they have to think, okay, how do I get into this thing? I have to learn about internet speeds, network data, what does all this mean? Ooh, that's a pretty hefty price for a decent internet speed. What's this? Is this Super Mario Brothers for the Nintendo Switch? I think this will do quite nicely. I'm gonna just write that one off real quick. So from what we have left, we have a very niche market of people that already know about video games and internet speeds and would throw away their consoles to spend more money on this thing, but would not spend enough money to buy a PC that would play all the Stadia games and more. There's a little room to grow in terms of that market, I guess. There's one surefire way I know that Stadia could improve this market of people. Exclusives. So from what we are obviously seen, Stadia needed something more than just cloud gaming to stick out. And an easy way, a surefire way to stick out, is to have a game only on that system. I actually touched on this topic a little bit on the bait video I made on the Stadia. It was actually on a video game I'd love to see on the Google Stadia. I guess I'm just gonna have to keep waiting on that one. To push into this topic a little further, exclusives are a very easy way to connect with people and give consoles a little more personality. See, Nintendo wants you to have a fun and family-friendly experience that you will never forget, like with things like Mario, Zelda, and many others. Xbox is the gamer's console. They want to push the industry and give gamers the fun experiences that they want, with things like Halo, Gears of War, freaking Blinks the Cat. And PlayStation has a little bit of both, with fun experiences like Spider-Man, and things that want to tell a little bit more of a story, with things like The Last of Us or Uncharted. Stadia has the color white and a little bit of orange. Thing is, Google already kind of has experience in this medium. They make Google Doodles, which aren't the biggest thing on the planet, but they're freaking better than Ubisoft games. And even if they don't want to make these big industry-changing games themselves, they can definitely just work with a different company, right? That would do just well. Google doesn't need to team up with these big gaming giants either. Oh, the old companies, Before Xbox made it big, they just teamed up with this small company, Bungie. Before PlayStation made it big, they teamed up with this small company, Naughty Dog. So it's not like they have to do the big thing yet. They just need a little time and investment, maybe a little money, to make things truly great. A thing Google doesn't really do that often. I think I'm starting to see why the Google Stadia didn't make as big of an impact as they thought they would. It's not this taboo thing to say that Google has this vast knowledge of failure. Just a quick Google search will show you countless of different things Google has failed to do. I recommend this one little website literally called Killed by Google. How do you do that? From the freaking Google Cardboard, Google Plus, YouTube Originals. There's just so many countless things that Google failed to do just because they didn't give them the love that they deserved, the love that they needed to be an impressive thing in the industry. So here's a little thing I wrote in my script a day before Stadia announced it's failing. It feels like Stadia is soon going to be added to that list of failures. As words from the Stadia vice president on Google's vlog. Here's a little quote that the vice president said on Google's vlog before they about getting rid of exclusives. By the way, they did say that they are not making exclusives. Creating best in-class games from the ground up takes many years and significant investment, and the cost is going up exponentially. Given our focus on building on the proven technology of Stadia, we've decided that we will not be investing further in bringing exclusive content from our internal development team. See, this is the dictionary definition of a bruh moment. We already talked about how important exclusives are to your console. To handicap yourself like this by saying it's a significant investment shows me that you do not care about the gaming industry. Xbox, Nintendo, whoever would not be where they are right now if they stopped because it was a significant investment. If they didn't invest the time, they would not be there. So I don't know if cloud streaming is the future or anything, but I know for certain Google will not be on that thing. I literally wrote that down. Whether or not cloud gaming is the future, it's clear to me Google is not going to be the company that will lead us there. I wrote that down a day before the Stadia failed. I'm a genius. Feels good to be smart. Oh, frick. I think I'm gonna take a little break here. Just give me a few minutes. Alright guys, I'm back. I mellowed out a little bit. Everything's perfect now, everything's swanky. So I only have one more reason why the Stadia failed. And it's a reason I don't hear it talked about often, but something I know deep within my heart. Gamers hate change. Those gamers, you know them, you gotta love them, and man, they're upset once again. What's new? And this time it seems like they're upset about cloud gaming. Honestly, they think cloud gaming is just the worst thing that's happened to them. Like, oh man, I don't own my games anymore. Oh man, I have to buy a subscription service to play a thing now. Oh man, I spent 6,000 hours in Red Dead Redemption 2 and it's being taken away from me because Google Stadia is shutting down. Oh, such whiners. I don't know if you can tell, I'm with them. Nah, they ain't right this time. What in the world? It's honestly really funny that Stadia thought, ooh, I'm a gamer and I'm just gonna accept this thing as is the future. I will accept it with open arms. Yes, you can take away my 6,000 hour Red Dead Redemption playthrough. Oh man, come here, I need a big hug from you. No, that ain't happening. Alright, jokes out of the fun. We're taking the fun and we're putting it over here. Okay, put it away. Do I think gamers are the root cause? People just can't accepting the future is the real reason why Stadia failed? I'll get back to you on that one. But I do know for a fact that Stadia could have made people accept that future a little bit better than they did. All Google really had to do to get people interested in the Stadia is to give us a reason to care. And I don't know if I can even think of something. An exclusive? Maybe, just something off the top of my head. Just an exclusive game that would give people a reason to have your system instead of anything else. Man, what am I talking about? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Wanna be the first time. But if it doesn't take an Albert Einstein, it doesn't take an Isaac Newton, it doesn't take a freaking Hideo Kojima to realize if you want something to sell, you need a reason for that thing to sell. If you want to change the mind of the entire gaming industry, you need a reason for the industry to freaking care. Because if you don't, they're just going to grab you, they're going to shove you aside, and they're going to play with their LED lights. Alright, that's just how it's going to work, Google. And you know what? You haven't given us a reason to care. Well, that was the Stadia video, guys. Sorry it took so long. I'm incompetent. So let's quickly go over what we talked about today. Let me move over here. Ooh. 1. Cloud streaming is bad. 2. Google should have enticed us if they wanted us to use their cloud streaming. 3. Google did not entice us in order to use their cloud streaming. So there's only one more question I have in my mind. Is cloud streaming the future? Honestly, I'm not certain. But I could see it. If they worked out all the kinks, they worked out all the winks, and they definitely worked out all the sinks. I think they have a chance. Do I think that Google Stadia is going to be that future? Well, not anymore. Rest in peace. Hat goes off to you. Rest in peace, man. That was the Google Stadia right there. Anyway, see everybody. It's been fun.